I grew up on an acreage just outside of Milford, Nebraska, and I loved animals, and ever since I was in second grade, I wanted to be a veterinarian. And God showed me, though, that He had other plans for my life. When I was in high school, I was involved in many things: basketball, volleyball, track, band, speech and drama. And then my older brother encouraged me to pray this certain prayer to ask God what He wanted me to do with my life. And so I started to pray that, "Dear Jesus, please tell me what you want me to do with my life, and I will do it." And at first, this image of a sister popped into my mind, and I just kind of dismissed it and thought, no, not that, anything but that. I don't know about sisters. And I went to college, and I studied at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln Animal Science, and continued to pray and deepen my faith. I started to attend daily mass, and I went to a catechism class at the Newman Center. And then I was praying to know God's will in my life too, and if He would just give me a sign to show me if He wanted me to be a sister, and I'd do that. And I got a call from my mom in January that I'd won a raffle that our parish had for a ticket to go to the Mass with Pope John Paul II in St. Louis on January 27th, 1999. And I thought, well, that's pretty big. Maybe this is the sign that from God that He wants me to be a sister. Well, even bigger than just winning a raffle ticket was that it happened to be on my birthday. So I went to see what God had in store for me, and I was able to go a day early with the Newman Center group to the youth rally that was at the Kiel Center on January 26th. And as we got off the bus, my older brother put his arm around me and said, "Here's my ticket," because I didn't have a ticket to that one. So he was giving me his, and then someone else gave up their ticket for him so we could be in there together. And when I saw Pope John Paul II and heard him speaking, it was like Christ speaking directly to my heart. And his message that stood out to me were three things. First, dear young people, the church needs you. You are the future of the church, and do not be afraid, and take action now. And that just addressed all my fears, and was just calling me forth to answer the call. And so that really touched me. And then when that night we went to a church to spend the night, and before we went to bed, we had Mass, and it was pretty late. And I looked at my watch after having received communion and Thanksgiving, and it was 12:12 right after midnight. It was the exact time that I was born 19 years earlier. And I was flooded with this grace of extreme gratitude for my life, that God created me. He has a plan for me. He loves me immensely, and it's just a love for Him in return. And then I felt like He was inviting me again to give myself completely to Him and to belong totally to Him as His bride. And this time, finally, I'd been putting it off. I said yes. And then I had extreme joy, and I had tears of joy, and I felt His real presence in a way I'd never felt before, that He was really present in the Eucharist that I had just received. And that was when I experienced the engagement, or the proposal from Jesus, and was able to have the grace to say yes. That was the beginning of an incredible journey that I'm still on. And 1 year later, on January 9th of 2000, I entered the School Sisters of Christ the King.